Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Icon here, and today I want to talk to you a little bit about how professionals play Hardpoint. So Hardpoint is by far my favorite game type. I think there's the most strategy involved. I think it's the most fun to watch, and there are just so many little quirks here and there that you have to be really good at in order to be successful at Hardpoint. This is one of those game types where one person can make the difference. If you're playing domination, there's a good chance that you're not going to solely make all the difference in the game, but if you're playing Hardpoint, if you just know how to navigate rotations and how to anchor and how to give your team the greatest advantage that you can give them through rotations, then you're probably going to win that game. So with that said, let's go ahead and let's jump into the strategy here. Alright, so before we get too far into this, I want to bring up this map of Piccadilly Hardpoint. So for those that don't know, in Hardpoint there are 5 locations where you have to have somebody inside. As you're inside, you earn 1 point per second. The goal is to get 250 points. So the way that Hardpoint works is it starts at number 1. This photo is courtesy of Desherto, so I'll go ahead and I'll link that down below. But essentially, in Piccadilly, it starts right in the middle of the map. And as you go on, it kind of bounces from one side to the other. That's how it works. So 1 will be like kind of right in the middle of the map. 2 will be on one side, 3 will be on the opposite side, 4 will be on the opposite side of 3, 5 will be on the opposite side of 5. So it's all kind of laid out to go back and forth across the map. Now, as we go ahead and get into some strategy here, when I bring up this next image, this shows where we spawned. So the green box is where I spawn, the red box is where the enemy team spawn. First thing that I'm noticing here is that if my team continues to run at number 1 and the enemy team continues to run at number 1, what do you notice is going to happen with the next hardpoint? They're going to end up spawning closer to 2 than we will. So in that initial beginning that you watched as I was kind of going through the intro, I was constantly trying to work my way around the left side of the map so that I could get over to 2. Just as another little tidbit here, that first hardpoint is kind of like a wash. If you get 5, 6, 7, maybe 10 seconds at most out of that middle hardpoint, you're doing well. But what you want to do is try to set yourself up for the hardpoints that are on the outside of the map. So again, as we go back through and we play this, you'll notice that I'm initially going from spawn and I'm running on the left side of Piccadilly here. And the entire objective here is to go ahead and try to flip these spawns. Now, as we go ahead and take another still shot here, I want you to pick up on something that's very subtle, but it allows me to realize that I've basically already won this rotation. So if we go ahead and we take a look at this picture in the top left-hand corner, you'll notice that that blue triangle just appeared. So that means that my teammates that rushed mid-map trying to win the first hardpoint are already spawning on this side of the map. So essentially what that allows me to know is that I've basically already won this rotation just because I'm over here and now my teammates are spawning close to the second hardpoint, whereas before we were on the entire other side of the map. So as we go ahead and we roll this footage again, what you're going to notice is that I end up getting a kill here, and then the next person I actually end up dying. All I'm trying to do is right here I realize that I can't challenge that gun battle, so I'm kind of just backing away. I'm hoping that with all of my teammates spawning here, they'll be able to finish that, and this guy ends up following me and he ends up getting that kill, but you'll notice that it doesn't really matter because spawns have already flipped. So where I just spawned, that's where the next hardpoint is. So I'm already spawning inside of the second hardpoint. At this point in time, I'm just kind of trying to throw nades at the hardpoint. Essentially, my whole objective here is just don't give up the spawns. Just don't give up my back. So I'm kind of sticking to this right side. Even if we're down by 15 points, right? Say we're down by 15 points, or even if we're down by 25 points at the end of this first hardpoint, it doesn't matter because we have position to get the next one, and each of these hardpoints are worth 60, right? You have an entire minute in each of those hardpoints. So if you were looking down, and by the way, they're focusing on me here. I don't know if they actually are meaning to do that or if it's just happening by happenstance. But right now we're down by 30, 31. It's really not a big deal. But right now, the hardpoint just changed, and you'll notice that we have spawns. So at this point in time, I'm just trying to take out anybody that might be rotating from where they were previously at, trying to get spawns away from me. So right now this is what's called I'm playing anchor. So I'm just trying to anchor down our spawn. So I was by that Jeep over on the right. I ended up getting shot at, so I figured they might know where I'm at. The nice thing about this hardpoint is there are quite a few really good spots to guard this back position by. You can go from that Jeep to the ambulance over here to the right side of the building. And again, now you'll notice up in the top hand, right in the center of my screen, there are 20 seconds left. So right now, I'm giving up that anchor spot. They went ahead and they called a VTOL there, which is, you know what, that's perfectly fine. Go ahead, focus on that side of the map because the third hardpoint is right in our arcade, which is right here to my right. So even at this point in time, I am now on the complete other side of the map, and all I'm trying to do is just set up spawns for my teammates again. Now, unfortunately, my teammates are getting a lot of kills and nobody's really rotated, but at this point in time, I'm just kind of holding down for arcade there. So this guy was rotating, I ended up getting that kill. Now, unfortunately, I haven't really died much, so I've only got 12 bullets left. So I get this kill, and then I notice that there's somebody else right in front of me. All I was trying to do was just kind of commit suicide, take that guy with me, and it didn't end up working. But you'll see that the other team ended up getting that rotation, so they end up getting the majority of these points here, and that was just... In a public match, there's only so much that you can do, right? I was rotated, but there was nobody with me, and the other team kept dying, so they were kind of spawning in that back opposite corner. So at this point in time, I don't know, I pushed out a little bit. It's not a big deal because they're still spawning on that side of the map. And the next hard point, so the fourth one, is in library right here, right where I'm standing. So as long as I can hold this down, you know, it's not really that big of an issue. You can see in the bottom left, in terms of the score, we're down by about 30 points. So it's kind of important that we hold this one. Now, I ended up just getting a cluster strike right there. And I know that as they're rotating from arcade over to library, they're going to be coming on that left side there. So I called in that cluster strike on the left hand side, and you'll notice that here as it starts to come in, I end up getting 2 or 3, I think 3 kills from that cluster strike, because again, they're just rotating from arcade on that left side of the map trying to get to where I'm at here in library. So again, you'll notice this is nice because I have teammates that are in the hard point. So there's 20 seconds left, and the next hard point is kind of back over by arcade. So at that point in time, I'm kind of letting these guys just run forward. I end up getting a couple kills. I get this kill, and then there's a guy right behind me. So he ends up shooting me. Even if I die, it's not a big deal. But the last thing I'm trying to do is take that gun battle. If I take that gun battle and I spawn on the entire opposite side of the map where that second hard point was, then they're going to end up having spawn logic for this next hard point. So I just tried to run away as fast as I can. And now you can see that just from being set up on the last hard point and this hard point, now we have completely flipped the script. We have a 30-point lead, and it's not going anywhere anytime soon, right? We are getting spawns. You can see in the bottom of my mini map, there's a blue arrow like kind of far behind me in the mini map. So that guy's holding down spawns. I just kind of came out here and I'm killing people that are starting to come in. Now this guy ends up killing me. So when I respawn, you're going to notice there's about 20 seconds left on this timer, and the next hard point is right in the middle of the map. So we're back to the same exact spawn logic where we started. So all I'm trying to do is just flank around the left side of the map, trying to flip the spawns so that when it comes to the second hard point, we have spawn positioning. Now for this one, I get in a heck of a battle on the left side of the map. I get some really good kills, but I'm not sure if they've either wised up to what I was trying to do here, or if it just happened that maybe they were spawning in athletic over there. But this ends up being a pain. So I throw a nade just to see if anybody's rushing spawn, and I get that kill. The guy was on top. This guy was shooting with me. I head glitch him and I rip his face off. I get that kill. There's a dude I pre-fire on the left. I get that kill, and they're just all spawning in this back athletic spot. So I'm laying down. I'm just trying to finish some of these kills, and it's just too much. So when I respawn here, I'm still spawning in that last hard point, and this is bad. If we end up getting stuck on this side of the map, our fortunes could change really quickly in this map. So again, I end up trying to go to the right the next time, and somehow it looks like we had another teammate that was setting up for the next one, and we're back to where we started. So my teammate actually did a fantastic job of flipping spawns there, and it looks like he's kind of just sitting, or he was sitting in the hard point. Now he ends up pushing up. So that makes me believe that I don't think he meant to do that. I don't think he meant to flip spawns, because there's no way if you meant to do that you would run back towards the middle of the map. But now I'm just kind of back to holding down the side. Now luckily I have a teammate or two that's trying to sit inside the hard point. Where this gets really frustrating is when you're holding down anchor and none of your other teammates are sitting inside the hard point. So luckily that's not happening here, but again, I'm just doing the same thing. I'm holding down this back corner. I'm trying to kill anybody that's rushing in towards the hard point, and same logic as before. I look up top center of my screen. I see there's about 28 seconds left. I don't know what ended up happening with that guy that I shot. I didn't get an assist, so I think the chopper killed him, but I didn't end up getting an assist, so I was a little taken back there. But with 15 seconds left, I'm just kind of trying to get these kills. You'll notice there, those helicopter bullets, there was somebody on this side of the map he was trying to shoot, so that's why I looked down there. But 5 seconds left, 4 seconds left. You'll notice that I'm in arcade, so I'm in the next one. I kind of figured with all of the choppers and everything going on that the enemy team wouldn't necessarily be pushing behind me. So then at my last knowledge, they were spawning exactly where I'm looking right now. So at this point, I'm just kind of trying to get these kills. I got another cluster strike, so I end up leaving the hard point so that I can come out here and call that cluster strike in. I actually don't think this one ends up getting any kills, but at this point in time, we now have taken that 10, 20, 30 point lead that we had at the beginning of the game, and we've went ahead and we've almost got a 100-point lead here. This guy had some sort of LMG. I'm trying to run for my life here, and he ends up spraying me through the walls. I had no idea what was going on there, but I think that guy might have been a little fed up. So 18 seconds left. You'll notice again, I'm not running towards the last hard point. That's the last thing I want to do, is just try to get those last 10 points or so over there. The next hard point is back in library, same exact rotation that we had before. So I noticed at this point in time that I have a teammate inside library. So rather than go inside library, I'm just trying to cut off anybody that might be running from their spawn into library. This is kind of another way that you can attack this, is that if there's somebody already in library, then you can try to cut off people as they try to run inside. That's all I was doing there. That's why I wasn't sitting in library. And with that, we ended up winning. We doubled their score, and it ended up being quite a massacre. So I think I ended up going like 22-10 or something like that. Again, it's not like I dropped 50 kills or whatever, but I would like to think that I played a really big role in winning this game because I was able to hold down rotations, which allowed my teammates to get in the hard point. So if you like this sort of stuff, let me know. I'm not sure if you like just simple tips or if you like some strategy tips, but either way, let me know. If you're new around here, don't forget to subscribe. Don't leave without leaving a like, and thank you guys so much for the support recently. I appreciate it. I will see you in the next one. See ya.